Hello, this is a video about free stock charts, a free real-time stock charting program you can pick up at www.freestockcharts.com. It's real-time, but the market's closed right now, so you're not seeing any action on it. I'm not affiliated with the company or anything. I've just been using it for a few months and thought I would take a few minutes to share a little bit about what I've learned here. First, a quick review of the basics. Here you can see the price history for Alcoa, volume. Down here is a news pane that shows recent news for that particular stock. We have a little menu bar up here. There's this crawl that shows different stock prices, and when you point to it, it stops crawling. You can click any symbol up there and immediately the stock chart changes to show you the action for that particular stock. Also, the news stories change to that particular stock. We also have a list of common stocks over here. You can scroll up and down like that, and if you want to see the action for one of those, you just click the symbol and the chart changes to reflect that stock. If you don't want to go looking around for one and you know the symbol, you can just start typing. I'll type FAS and click FAS, and now I'm looking at the price action for the FAS ETF, and again the volume and the news stories change to reflect that. If you have a wide monitor or multiple monitors, you can easily stretch the program window across them and get much more real estate out of the program window. But of course you won't be able to see if I shoot the video at this resolution, so I'll go back to my skinny window again. Alright, here I'll zoom in on the main parts of the program window. Here we're looking at the price history for FAS on a 15-minute time frame. You can see the volume here. You notice this bar down here, that's a mountain chart of price history. The blue part shows what we're seeing up here right now. So if I want to see more time, I can drag this to the left. Or I want to see less time, I can drag it to the right. And if your mouse has a wheel, you can simply spin the mouse wheel to get the same effect. Focusing on this section, you have a number of options for how you want to display these data. Click Settings, choose Plot Style. You can choose line, high, low, close, so forth and so on. How you want to color your up bars and down bars, whether you want them filled or empty, and whether or not you want to show a line for yesterday's close. Here's that little line. In other words, this is where this represents one day of trading, and this is the closing price from the previous day. If I zoom in, you can see more detail. Right now I'm using a 15-minute time frame. I could change that to anything from 1 minute to a year per bar. Let's go way down to a minute, and now we can see lots of detail. And if I zoom out enough, eventually I'll see 1 day here. Okay, some other options. Go to Settings, Properties. You can control the color of the chart background, where the grid lines are, the brightness of that watermark in the background, and different scaling options and so forth. Okay, let me zoom out a little again here, and I'm going to choose View, Show Scrolling Ticker, and hide that ticker for now. It's a little distracting having it go across the top of the screen. I want to focus on this left pane a little bit. You can change its width at any time by dragging its border left or right. You can change the heights of these things by dragging the top borders up or down. And if you want, you can hide these lower panes, make room for this one. Up here right now I'm looking at common stocks, but there are plenty of other things to choose from. If we click this little arrow, I can focus on everything. I can look at common stocks, I can just look at ETFs, indexes, I can look at various Dow components and NASDAQ components, Russell components, or you can focus on a particular industry, whatever helps you zoom in on the kinds of things you're interested in watching. Let's go to, let's do ETFs. Let's take a minute to focus on this area then. As I mentioned, you can choose what you want to see over here, and there's plenty of things to choose from. Individual industries, ETF components, whatever tickles your fancy. I believe let's stick with common stocks for now. You can sort them alphabetically by name in ascending or descending order just by clicking the heading. Same for price. We can sort them in descending order, most expensive to least expensive or vice versa. You can sort by volume, again ascending or descending order, who's got big volume, who's got little volume. Change is a great one. On any given day you can sort by change and get a quick look at who's making big changes that day, or sort the other way for smaller changes. You can change the width of these columns by dragging the inner edge. And of course you can also click this edit columns to change the columns. Let me get that up here in view. These are the columns that are currently showing. If you wanted to remove one, you could just click this X. If you want to change the order, you can move them up or down. Here's various properties you can change, and you can also add columns, and there's just a ton of columns to choose from. Volume buzz is a good one. That shows you the relative volume compared to previous days, so you can see who's getting a lot of action. Price at new high, price at new low, crossing up through the moving average, down through the moving average, currently above a moving average, below a moving average, whatever works for you. You'll notice that on some of these, for example, price above the moving average, we can define a header and the moving average period we're interested in. The color of the dot that shows, and so forth. We can even add PE ratio, all kinds of things you can add to these columns. And click OK when you're done. And of course, if some of it's hidden, you can always widen it. So here we see stocks that are above their 30-day moving averages. Here we're looking at PE ratios where applicable. So there's just a ton of useful information you can get right out of these little watch lists. Of course, you're not limited to using the different watch lists they give you. You can create your own using this portfolio section. You'll need to sign in, or if you haven't already done so, you'll need to sign up. It doesn't cost any money or anything. They just need some kind of identifier to keep track of what you're doing. I'll go ahead and sign in and get right back here. Okay, I went ahead and signed into my account. Now you can see 3 watch lists I've created in the past. These are just things I keep an eye on. You can also create portfolios of stocks you've already bought so you can track their performance. You just click this new, give it a name, click OK. Whatever stock you happen to buy, whatever price you bought it at, the number of shares, and so forth. And you can also, if you want to, if you're looking at a stock over here and you want to add it to a portfolio, you just click this Add to Portfolio link, the name of the portfolio to which you want to add it, and it pops up right there in that portfolio. You can use this little button here to either edit the values in that item or remove it from the list. And as with others, you can sort them and use the edit columns to change what columns are visible there. That concludes my whirlwind tour of free stock chart basics. Like I said, I'm not affiliated with a company or anything. I just think it's a really cool program I found very useful and thought I'd share some of the basics to get you started. There's really so much more you can do with this program that I can even begin to cover in a short video like this. If anyone's interested in learning more, I'll check in and see what kind of feedback I get on this video, and if there's any interest, maybe I can make some more. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.